Hi, this is Joe Elsasser, President and founder of Covisum and also a practicing financial advisor. And welcome to another FinPlan Friday. Today's topic is Social Security Widow's Benefits. Now, Social Security widow benefits are unique in that they were not impacted by the Bipartisan Budget Act of 2015. So someone who was married to an individual who was covered under the Social Security system and then deceased has a few options that are not available to spouses or to other people in the Social Security system. They can take either their own retirement benefit or they can take a widow benefit, and in fact they can even take one and then switch over to the other later. Let's start with a little bit of basics about the widow benefit. So an individual who qualifies can take a widow's benefit as early as age 60. If they take it early, they will receive 28.5% reduction based on automatic at age 60, but it's prorated for each month between age 60 and the month they would reach their widow full retirement age, which can be different than their full retirement age for their own retirement benefit, something to be wary of. Now, if they take early, they are still subject to the earnings test, and we'll come back to that later. Now, for a Social Security retirement benefit, they can take that benefit as early as age 62. And of course, if they take early, that will also be reduced based on their full retirement age, which of course for retirement benefits can be different than that for widow benefits. Now, what this means is that for most widows, it's going to make a lot of sense to take one benefit as early as possible, whether that's upon attainment of age 60 for widow benefits or age 62 for retirement benefits, or at the point that they stop working or at least reduce their earnings below the earnings test threshold. And the reason it's going to make sense to do that is because they can collect some benefit and then later switch over to the other benefit, which at that point would be larger. So it's all about taking the smaller benefit for a period of time and then switching to a larger benefit later. Now, if you're going to start with retirement benefits, you can start as soon as age 62, but you're going to want to switch over to the widow benefit no later than widow full retirement age, because widow benefits do not get delayed retirement credits. On the other hand, if someone starts with a widow benefit because their eventual Social Security benefit on their own work record will be larger, then you'd start the widow benefit as soon as possible, maybe age 60, and then wait all the way out to age 70 to switch over to the retirement benefit. Now, that's the two basic strategies. Start with retirement and switch to widows, or start with widows and switch to retirement. One part of this equation that is often overlooked by financial advisors is the interplay of the earnings test. Now, remember, you can have earnings of up to roughly $17,000, and that number changes each year before an individual starts to experience the earnings test. And that earnings test reduces their Social Security benefit by $1 for every $2 they earn over the earnings test threshold. So at first blush, many advisors might say, oh, you make too much. You're going to have to wait to claim either your retirement or to claim your widow benefit. But in many cases, it can make sense for a widow to switch to part-time work and have the remainder of their salary made up by a widow benefit, for example. And the reason it can make a lot of sense to do that is because that penalty is not dollar for dollar, and it doesn't start till $17,000. So oftentimes you'll see someone who might retire to part-time work where maybe they're making $30,000 a year and then be able to supplement that with a $15,000 widow benefit and some portfolio withdrawals, and all of a sudden they've got a phased retirement. So the interplay between Social Security retirement benefits, Social Security widow benefits, and the earnings test can help you create a phased retirement plan for those widow clients that can work really well as long as you understand the interplay between the different benefits and the earnings test. Thanks for joining us today, and we look forward to the next FinPlan Friday.